Good morning, everyone. So I had talked about the fact that I was going to go over how I use each journal. I figured I'll do like a day in the life and kind of put them maybe in sections. So in the morning, when I first wake up, I go into my spring weeks. I think it's called Zen or something. In there, I write in the monthly section. I write, a little bit of a gratitude for the day, and then in this part, I just write all over, and it's just whatever feeling I have, whatever is in my head, but it's quite concise. In the back of this, I've started writing, well, when I was in Palm Springs, I used it almost as morning pages, but I started writing snippets of what I found on Instagram or the internet that spoke to me, that was enlightening about feelings or thoughts I've had, and so that I could kind of dig deeper. So that's what I do first thing in the morning because it's in my bedside table. And this one, as you know, is kind of has a lot of stuff that I don't use. It has my watercolor and stuff, but it also has my dream journal. So that only comes out if I remember a dream, which obviously doesn't happen often because I started this one in 2016. Holy smokes. So exactly like 2 pages or 3 pages after the middle, so it's not erased. This one is one that I don't like the paper of these inserts. It's Traveler's Notebook, but it's the regular one. I don't know, it's just very plain paper. So sometimes I wish I had not started on it, but that's why I did it on this one too, so that I don't feel the pressure to finish it fast. So these are my morning doings. Then usually I gravitate towards the cousin. I don't journal in it in the morning. However, there is also a little bit of a gratitude section, which I do here. I don't know, it's I'm trying to more call it like positive journaling because I don't know if it's really gratitude. This I'm gonna be due to do this. This is on my Sprocket. I use Diptych app, and I put 4 pictures and then I print it on the Sprocket and cut it, and it's the highlights of the month. I really like looking at them. I have tracker of certain things, especially now that we're in quarantine. And then in here, usually I will decorate. I'll do a proper flip through of this when this is over, but I will decorate. And then this is yesterday. I will start writing and maybe decorate a little more because yesterday I was very tired from my trip and I didn't do much. So I usually open here and do this, and I'm going to do this with you guys. I have to go get my stuff because I'm moving around a lot because my desk has been taken by my boyfriend who works from home until further notice, and so I'm kind of in the other 2 desks back and forth. But if I want to do a video, I notice being in my kids' rooms when they're not home is the best. So let me get all my decoration stuff and bring them. Probably gonna put something in here because I don't really feel like writing much about yesterday because I didn't do much yesterday, and come back. There's always certain things in here which I realize I forget they're here, so I have to keep looking at that. I will be back. So here I am back. I usually try to like decorate both of them when there's something specific. Like that was probably my favorite, but because I just ended up finding those succulent MU design, which I was so excited about because how much more appropriate for Palm Springs. If you don't know, Palm Springs is dry and hot and dry and hot. I can still feel dehydrated from being there most of the time we were indoors. So let's see. It was very hot. It was about 107, but there were a few pools where we're staying, so we would go out, use the pools in the morning, and I have my Delphonic pouch with me here. I still have all the stuff I had put for the trip in there. Hopefully the lighting is not too bad. Let's see. Okay. So I often go to these guys when I don't know what to write, because I am a huge fan of quotes. Uplifting quotes really work for me. So I'd like to look at this. A true friend is the greatest of all blessings. Be awesome. I hope you guys cannot hear how noisy it is outside. I may have to put music if it gets too noisy. It's bananas. And I said I was going to decorate, but first I need to wrap this page up. So I kind of like the setting that I have, where I have some of the zebra sarasa that I'll use mainly. I have to say, I had bought the full pack, but after having these multi-pens from Jet Pens, which you basically can build which colors you're putting in. I have this one, and then this one which has shimmery ones, which I really, really like. Love these. I will be posting a video this week of the covers. I'm going to do a huge destash, and I think for once I might do it on eBay so it's easier, so you guys can look at the video and can look on eBay, and it'll be like a week or 6 days, whatever it is. I haven't done eBay in a while, but I used to sell a lot on eBay before. Okay. This makes me feel better already. Let me see. No, I don't have anything in this one. I'm trying to see. I have stickers everywhere and almost each cover, which is great. The idea is that way you can take the cover and use whatever's in there. But what ends up happening is sometimes I don't know where stuff is. I'm still late on this one. I realized that's how I roll with the illustrated. So I'm probably going to be finishing this week, the whole month of July, and then do a flip through. Let me know if you'd be interested in seeing how I draw my first page in my Hobonichis. I usually, for my first page, I like to inspire myself. So I usually copy art. It's kind of a learning thing. Like for this one, I copied Karen Quinn. She does a lot of Copic markers, illustration on Instagram. She's fantastic, and I just love her her pictures too. And so I copied that because I thought it was cool, and it had some to it. I'd love to try the Copic markers, but obviously on the Tomo River paper, that's not going to happen. I probably eventually will have to get some for my son, because he used the Crayolas right now and the Tombos that I gave him. Because I'm really in the Zig Clean Real Color Brush and watercolors seem to be working for me. Although I do have a few Faber-Castell that you guys know about if you'd like. Sorry, I really needed a sip. So I wanted to do like something here. It's true. I mean, I didn't drink coffee the whole time I was in Palm Springs. So I'm probably going to be like hyper today, which I kind of like. I don't know how you guys have been keeping your fitness. After a couple of months here and being sick at home for 3 weeks, I was really bad, out of shape. I had gained tons of weight. I didn't recognize myself in the mirror. So I started doing the Chloe Ting workouts, and I'm in better shape than when I was going to the gym almost every day. They're hard, but they're really good. And they're free on YouTube. I'm like, bonus. Obviously high art. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the gold and maybe do a shadow with that. I think I got myself a dry zebra sarasa. I'm not sure. Placed in order on Jet Pens because I needed some refills for my pens. I wanted to get one of the, I'm sure if you guys, it's so loud. If you guys watch Sarah Martinez, they're selling like plastic covers for the standard side, and she tried on a few things, and of course it took 2 days to order and they were sold out, but super cool. I'm gonna put the music in between and maybe it's crazy. So I live on the street that's really green in Glendale, but every day a different building has their gardeners. It's non-stop. I wish it was like one day of chaos and then quiet. Okay, so we do this, and then I was thinking gold. I kind of want to draw something, but then I don't want to take too long with this page because, again, nothing really happened. I keep wanting to draw stuff, and it's cool. It's good, but it's also good to say, you know what? I'm going to try these. I haven't really looked through these yet. Okay. These are super cute. I got them from AliExpress. How cute is this one? Look at how happy this is. Okay. Makes me want... I love summer. It's one of my favorite season because I love swimming and I love being outside and everything. And because here we can go where it's not too hot by the ocean, you know. But I love clothes for winter, and I do not know how to dress for summer. I think it's because I grew up in Paris, but I suck. I don't know how to style myself for summer. And I love it's a weird thing. I love fashion, but I hate shopping, so I dress very, very plainly. But I love fashion. Like I have subscription to Vogue, and my dad was a fashion photographer, so I grew up around like seeing fashion from Yves Saint Laurent and all that stuff, but I'm just not fashionable myself. I do value comfort over anything, so that's just how it is, right? This was an artist. I bought her stuff, and she was saying she was quitting. I hope she didn't. I told her not to, but I understand it's difficult. Right now it's non-existent. I don't know. I mean, I'm creating a lot. I got myself an iPad. I use Procreate on my photos. I've never really tried it for illustration, but I swear I may. If I do, I may shoot it so you guys can laugh at me. With me, self-deprecation is my favorite. It keeps you humble. Oh, holy smoke. Not this one, no. Oh my gosh, I made a huge mess of it, didn't I? I think so. Shoot, it's so cute though. I have to save it. I know people use tweezers and stuff, but that is not gonna happen. Oh, I think I lost it. No. Yeah, maybe if I cut it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut it. What a shame. And now I'm cutting the other one by mistake. No, it's good. Phew. I mean, it doesn't have to oomph. It had 2 seconds ago, but okay. It's okay. Oh, that's how I lose these. I always lose these. I bought those from Hobonichi store last year. I had some from somewhere else and I didn't like them as much as these. I really like those. They're very good. I don't remember what they're called though. But they're really, I like how dainty they are. It's either you go chunky with bookmarks, which I also have a bookmark punch, which is great. I haven't done that yet. I may do it. I'm actually thinking about decorating this cover, my 5-year. I'm actually really enjoying this without a cover. I love how compact it is and large, and I just love the 5-year. If you haven't gotten it, I really recommend it. There's something about having 5 years in one book that's really cool. I just love it. It doesn't have to be Hobonichi. I know tons of places do it. You know, you don't have to spend. It's not about that. I mean, I obviously, when you pay $20 for shipping for a book, you kind of get as much as you can, because really the Hobonichi itself, the Techo, which I don't, do I have it here? Yeah, the A6 is the one that I would buy every year, but it's not that expensive if you don't buy a cover. And so, I mean, I get that and the weeks, and now I'll get the Cousin Avec. I'll probably get the Spring from Jet Pen, which I think is what I got this one too, because I didn't want to pay $20 for one book. But, you know. Okay, so see, like, that's it. I'm kind of done. Or maybe I'll try these. But I wanted to do a full review of these. I haven't even tried them yet. I'm not even sure if they don't bleed. They kind of do, don't they? Hold on. No, they don't. Awesome. I'm going to dedicate a video to these. But I have them here, so it'll probably be up tomorrow. They actually send these to me. For an honest review, I'm not making any money off of it. They just send me these and they say, hey, do you want these? I said, yes. Gel pens, fast dry. Yep, count me in. This is the worst lettering in the history of lettering. Okay. Well, maybe fast dry. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I may have to do a 2-part with this one because I didn't even start what I was gonna do. Okay. All right. Yeah, so Chloe Ting doing her workouts pretty much every day. I mean, if you go to, so there's the YouTube, but then I realized if you go to her blog, there's actually schedules. So a lot of her videos are 10 minutes, but she'll have challenges of like 25, 30 days. And she tells you like if you do 1, 2, or 3, or 4, which days to rest. At first I was following them to the T. Now, don't always. If I know I'm going to go paddleboarding, I may not do the 1 hour workout. You know, I may do just 1 or 0. But she has a new one, and so far I've been doing her old one, so I'm like, okay, I'll try that. My son hates it when I do this. He's like, you sound like you're gonna die. I'm like, I kind of feel like I am. It's pretty hardcore, but you get results, and I wouldn't say fast. You feel it fast, but I think now it's visible. But I was really in bad shape. You know, laying down for 3 weeks when you're usually active, that's the thing. It's when you start being active, you kind of have to stick with it, which kind of sucks. It's like when you get healthy and suddenly you can't handle anything. That's me now. There you go. So, Adventure Denali in her pocket size, because I had to place an order at Jet Pens for refills for both my Zebra Sarasa. Some of them I obviously use more than others. And you know, it's like free shipping for $30. So of course I got myself one, which I'm not proud of it, but I'm kind of excited. I have to finish the 2 morning pages, which I will show you in another video because I don't have them here. They're in the other room. And then I will start, I think, using that as my, because this has become more like a memory keeping. Yes, I write, and sometimes I write some of my feelings. Do you see my writing? It's, I can't even reread it. I actually started doing that. I don't know if you know, there's a painter. She's fantastic. Like I'm not comparing, but she sometimes shares her. If I remember to put it, I'll put it in the description box. She's she does oil painting, and she does them in like tiny things like that. And then you'll see, and it's very realistic. And she sometimes draws with pen, and it just looks like reality. It's incredible talent and hard work. Really does pay off. But sometimes she has a journal, and it's like all writing, and there's drawings in the back of her writing, and I just love it. And since I never really reread my stuff, I'm like, why not? I figure my kids may, although they probably won't get, they probably won't understand a lot of it, because sometimes I really write as a stream of consciousness. So sometimes I just forget that I'm writing about something, so I stop the sentence mid-sentence and then start doing something else. It's just like this. Oh my gosh, can you hear? I'm sorry, my throat. I think it's just a dryness. There's a heat wave coming in LA, apparently, which sucks. But that just means we'll have to escape to the beach. And I do not live close to the beach, just for the record. It's about an hour drive or so. It's worth it though. Well, to the beach we go to. It's about an hour. Okay. I really like this. I kind of want to draw something, so let me draw my cup of coffee. So I bought a new pack of the Pigma Micron. Usually I use the 003, which is the thinnest, to draw with. But as you may have noticed, I'm totally going on a tangent. Welcome to my channel if you don't know me. By the way, if you really like my videos, please like and subscribe. I actually went back and did all of them, but I don't know if you noticed, but if you follow me, you realize that I kind of went back with a thicker marker, and I really like the look of it. It pops out of the page a lot more. Like this one I didn't. And so I went and I did the whole day. I think I mentioned it in the video, for the whole year, for most part. Some of them I left alone because I was scared of ruining them. But I'm really liking the look of the thicker marker. I don't know if it's because I'm becoming more confident in my little doodles, but I'm okay if they're not perfect. Okay, perspective is not my forte at all. Like at all. Obviously not the right perspective, but that's okay. And then I'm totally gonna cheat because it's totally on the other side, but it says Everyday Hero. It's Hen and Earth by Magnolia, which I discovered when somebody posted about this one, which was like $20 or something. It's beautiful. But I knew them from HGTV. I love HGTV. Like I can watch I can watch that channel all day long. I find it super inspiring. I love seeing people's houses. I love seeing how they live. In fact, there's a group that started when the quarantine started that's called View from My Window, and it's really good, and you can see how people live all around the world. It's a Facebook group. I love it. Sometimes I wonder if I should go into real estate, because I absolutely love all of that. I love helping people finding their place, and I have big imagination, but okay. So I like decorating a little bit, just, I guess, to make it welcoming, like, welcome. Okay, so these did not transfer, but they do transfer a little bit. But I'll do a video. This is the first time I actually used them. I'll probably do a video tomorrow of this. But here you go. This is what I do in the morning. I usually don't take as long for this. I just started, I got sidetracked and did some of yesterday. But it's one of those things that's on my desk, and I'll open it and I'll just put some random stuff. So these are the everyday, and then I usually grab onto my weeks on Monday morning, and usually I do my drawing, but today's Tuesday, obviously. I do the drawings for the week, which I haven't done for last week here. And then I see what's coming up, which is pretty empty. But then I have tons of to-dos that I don't put in there. Those are mostly appointments. My to-dos are always in my head. Like, I don't write grocery shopping or doing laundry or doing YouTube videos or responding to this email. And I should, but I just don't. That's not how my brain works. I just need the appointments to be in there. So I'll be drawing this. Let me know if you want a flip through of the month of July. I always feel like, I mean, they're like 2 seconds because it's 4 pages to flip through. And then now I go through the monthly, which goes in my purse. This feels a little redundant, I have to admit. I almost wish I had gotten a passport size, but let's be honest, it was to use this cover. Traveler's Notebook from the Traveler's Company, and this one is a Midori. So it's my only Midori. Those I don't feel bad if I have them kind of sitting, because they're not that expensive. It doesn't feel like I'm exaggerating if I have. And then this one I got used through eBay, and I'm trying to work it. So I've been like putting it in my purse so it gets scratched and it gets patina. The leather is so different. I mean, this is completely different than this. This is a little thicker, and this is almost velvety, and this is smooth. It's really strange, but well, this one is super smooth. I love my black. I think I mentioned I wish I hadn't put this. Wish it was just black, but I guess with the charm from Boom Kitchen, it works. But these feel like something that I can have, and I don't feel bad about having it. I mean, I have the dream journal, the watercolor journal that I'll pick up once in a while, and this is my grocery list. So this goes in my purse. Today I'm going grocery shopping, and I will put a list together before I leave. And usually I don't look at it until I'm at the cash register, because just writing it reminds me, you know, if I wrote it, then the list is ingrained in my brain. I don't know if anybody works like that, but that's how I work with lists. I don't look at them. I just look at them after I'm done to make sure, but usually the list stays in my brain if I wrote it down. So yeah, this was a very long video, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do 2 parts, and I'm probably going to cut it with music because it was very noisy. Thanks for watching, and I hope everybody's having a great Tuesday morning. Bye bye.